Right now, they are trying to ban us from telling the truth about sugar. What if just saying sugar is harmful could actually get you sued? It's not because it's not true. It's because a powerful industry does not like criticism. What I'm going to talk about might sound completely unbelievable, but there is a bill right now that they're trying to pass that, if it goes through, is going to be disastrous, okay? Not just about sugar, about a lot of other things that are harmful to us. This is not about a food safety law. This is about a speech law. It controls who is allowed to criticize agriculture and who isn't. And it uses something called defamation as a weapon. Florida already has a law that allows farmers to sue someone who spreads false information about food. This is sometimes called food libel or food disparagement. The original idea was simple. Don't lie about fresh produce and destroy the farmer's livelihood. At least that's how it was sold to the public. But that's not how it's being used. Certain investigative journalists uncovered internal documents from large agriculture and chemical companies, and in those documents showed the real goal, which had nothing to do with protecting farmers. And instead, it had everything to do with what to do with critics. Environmental groups, journalists, activists, scientists. The strategy was to make lawsuits so expensive, so unpredictable that people would stop talking about it, even if they were right. The term for this is called chilling free speech. Here's where the current bill becomes very dangerous. The old law only applied to perishable foods because it limited the law to things like fruits and vegetables that spoil quickly. So it kept it very narrow. The new bill removes the word perishable. That one little tiny change quietly expands the law to all agricultural products, including sugar. But it goes further. The bill also adds a new phrase, any agricultural practice used in production. That means criticism of pesticides, insecticides, fungicides, fertilizer, chemical runoff, water contamination, all now can be treated as disparagement. I mean, everyone knows that excessive sugar is bad for the body, right? Insulin resistance, fatty liver, chronic inflammation, type 2 diabetes. This is not just opinion. This is an established fact. But if this bill goes through and someone speaks out about sugar or pesticides or whatever, and how it can affect your health or how it's even produced, even if it's truthful, a powerful company could sue you. And so now that puts an activist or an influencer who's talking about sugar in a situation where now they have to pay for legal costs. But not only that, if they lose the case, now that individual has to then pay the other attorney's fees. Now this bill is coming out of Florida, okay? But even if you don't live in Florida, this matters because Florida crops are sold nationwide. Legal experts warn that this could open the door to lawsuits that go way beyond the state. And this sets a very dangerous precedent. Florida already has defamation laws, and we absolutely do not need more special legal protection for powerful industries like the sugar industry, like the pesticide industry. And then what happens is you can't debate these things because the threat of a lawsuit or a threat of some type of punishment. So when I first saw this bill, I was like, what the heck are they doing now? If you live in Florida, or even if you don't live in Florida, you have to help fight this. Because if this bill goes through, think about what the ultra-processed food companies can get away with. The chemical companies are going to be able to get away with. They're protected against anyone criticizing them. Now, this bill on the outside has the appearance that it's just there to help support the farmers. But if you read between the lines, the law is designed to silence the critics. And once free speech is silenced, public health is next. I mean, this is a pretty smart thing that these big companies are doing. If they can get this passed, they get so much protection against criticism. So when I was looking at this, I'm like, what is this playbook called? Well, it's actually called Weaponized defamation law. Or another name for it is using lawsuits to silence criticism. So I think a lot of influencers, activists, scientists would literally be very quiet because the amount of money that you would be sued for would literally drain your resources. So if you have the same viewpoint I have, ultra-processed food is responsible for 80% of chronic disease, I highly recommend you click the link down below where you can actually sign off on a petition. If you live in Florida, you can call your local representative and complain, but we need to make a lot of noise right now, because if this bill goes through, it's going to be devastating for our children, for their grandkids, and for us as well. So please click the link down below and let's all work together to defeat this bill.